So, last night / earlier this morning was the beta release on the PS4 for Fallout 76, and I was stoked. You actually have no idea how annoying the lead up to it was, because the person I decided to play with was like Big Ben and informed me on the hour, every hour, how long I had to wait for the beta to go live, which was annoying but funny. But getting into the beta, I was shocked. I was blown away. And that's because a lot of the stuff you see on the internet is talking about how bad the beta is, how shit the beta is, all the problems with the beta, and I've seen very rarely people pointing out the good things about the beta. So I decided to go into it with, I tried to go into it with, a level head, like I want to judge this for myself, but those pre-notions that people have been posting on the internet were kind of sat in the back of my head, and that immediately changed as soon as I left the vault. Now the character creation, that was awesome. Like, 5 minutes. I spent 5 minutes, right? So I lost 5 minutes of beta time, but you've got to do it. I mean, you can change your character at any time you want, which is awesome. But I wanted to, have my character go, do the beta, and then every time I play the beta from now on, I don't have to worry about changing my character or, fiddling with it. So I created my guy, and I went through the vault. And the vault was really, really smooth, really quick, really simple. It was just, you didn't have to talk to any of the robots if you didn't want to, because they were on like automated loops when you became, when you got close enough to them. So I liked that. You didn't have to interact with the robots to listen to what they were talking about, but you could just whiz right past them and be out of the vault in 6 minutes flat. Or you could just, accept the random character and be out. And I was expecting, door opens, you walk into the light. I was expecting a minute load time, maybe a minute and a half. 20 seconds later, roughly, I was outside, and I was impressed immediately. Now, it's very hard from gameplay footage that you've seen people play on YouTube. It's very hard to just grasp how beautiful the entire scenery and all this kind of stuff is, because it's absolutely gobsmacking. Like, immediately when I came out, I ran around, looked at some trees, looked at some bushes, picked up some flowers, played a banjo. The banjo was the first thing I did. Like, I just found the banjo, diddling, ding, 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 had a bit of fun, and it was really good. All the transitions were smooth. So going into, I like to transfer stuff. I sometimes there's stuff in an inventory or in a box that you don't want, so you could scroll down and grab it, but I prefer to do the transfer stuff because I can also drop some junk if I don't need to. So I did the transfer stuff, and there's, a little bit of a pop-up, smooth as hell. Sitting down to play the banjo, I was expecting you click it, there's a little bit of a, like a little twitch, and then you'd sit down and you play the banjo. Nope, smooth as hell. I was expecting the trading system between players to be a little bit buggy or a little bit laggy. Nope, smooth as hell. It was like Morgan Freeman making you some toast, and you were just like, make me some toast, Morgan Freeman, make me some toast so I can die in peace, because your voice is so smooth, like jazz. But no, like, it was just pure awesome. Now, obviously, the beta does have some problems, but the beta has more good than it has bad. And the only bad things that I could find were that every now and then there would be intermittent lag for 2-3 seconds, and that might have been because there was enemies in the area that needed to load, or the loot in the area was refreshing, or someone was doing something in the distance that you just walked into the vicinity of and it had to load, like maybe they were building a base or something. But that was the only problem I ever found with any form of lag. We went to the Grafton airport, me and my friend that we were playing it, and there was an event going on where you had to, spoilers by the way if you didn't play it, there was an event where you have to defend an area so a loot crate can drop from the drone or whatever that the people use, and there's 5 waves. So I was thinking, right, okay, let's do it. Guy was like, alright, let's do it. There was 10 enemies a wave, 10, 15 enemies a wave. Now I was expecting, they'd spawn in and then they'd come towards you, and because of the mass spawning that the enemies did, I thought there'd be a bit of lag. Nope, nothing. And we went through all of the 5 waves, so there was roughly 50 dead enemies on the floor, each with loot, each with their own thing, each doing the stuff, and there was about 3 other people nearby. And then we decided to continue the quest we were doing and go in to the Grafton airport. and it took about 5 seconds. Now, normally when playing Fallout 4, the load time could have been like maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds. 5 seconds on this one, 10 tops. I was thoroughly impressed by how fast we could go into the Grafton Airport, be disappointed, and leave again. And I say disappointed because the other problem we did find was that quest markers or quest completions can bug out a little bit. So there was a quest where we had to go and we had to do one of those training things, and we did it. And then, it was like, go do your training thing. I was like, oh, damn it. And then we went back in, we went out, we went back in, we went out. And then we realized that what we did, only one of us had done it. So the other one did it. And then it bugged out a little bit more. And then it took about 2 minutes to register that we'd done the quest. So it was a little bit buggy, but it was buggy enough to the point where it didn't break the game for us. Now, the experience we got wasn't a lot. It was like, maybe 100 or maybe 20 or something. I didn't really keep track of my experience. But there was one thing that really annoyed my friend who I was playing with and really made me laugh, which was, if you are a person who is running guns like I am, and my mate was running melee, right? So I was running guns, so I was picking up every single bit of ammo after a fight I could possibly find, whereas the melee guy was just beating the shit down, and then that was it, right? So while I was looking through all the stuff to try and find, like 10mm ammo or 308 ammo, he was doing all of his perks and stuff. And then as soon as he got out of the perk thing, he was like, right, next quest over there. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then, we just got to a point where it was like, oh, we need to put down a cache because we're all over encumbered. So we do this building, we put down a cache, and I'm like, oh, I've got a level up to do. So I go into my level up, and it's like, you have, 3 packs of perk cards that you haven't opened. I'm like, dude, I've got 3 packs of perk cards that I didn't open. He's like, what are you talking about? I've got none. Oh wait, I've got 1. And it was like really funny that the way you played sometimes bugged you out a little bit when playing the game, because you were either focusing on trying to loot up all the ammo, or you were doing something else, or you were following too many quests to the point where you just came up with these really stupid things where, like, I picked up a Bowie knife, right? And I said, ooh, a Bowie knife, and then completely and utterly forgot that I said, ooh, a Bowie knife. And the guy running with me was like, can I have a look at that Bowie knife? I was like, what? Bowie knife? What were you talking about? He's like, you said you had a Bowie knife. I was like, oh shit, I've got a Bowie knife. So then we did some trading, and that was another thing that really impressed me. The trading was smooth as hell. The trading was a little bit complicated to get your head around, because it wasn't like, I'm giving you this, here you go. It was like, I'm going to sell you this. You better, either fork out some caps for this, or I just put the cap price down to 0, and then, you've got to go over and then click that you want it, and so I offer it, you have to then find it, click want, and you get it. It was a little bit weird. I thought it would be better like the old style trading system in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, where you offer it, it shows how many caps you are going to get, and then you click, accept, like you would do with Moira in Megaton in Fallout 3, where it's like, I want this. Alright, this is going to cost 120 caps. Alright, I'm going to sell you this, and it brings it down to 5 caps, accept. Like, that would have been a lot better, but it does work out in the end. You just gotta, because we're used to that system, we kind of have to just wrap our heads around it a little bit and get into the fact that it's not the way it used to be. It's different, which is exactly what this entire beta is about. Now, there are only other 2 problems I could really think of, and one of them does come to the stores, and the other one I've actually covered, which was buggy quest markers. So there's actually only one problem I have left, and that's stores. And by stores, I mean shops. Now, if you went down a charisma route, you could get the big sale charisma perk card thing, which upped the prices in the stores. Without that, I could sell something that was worth 91 caps for 2 caps. And if you're saying, oh yeah, condition and stuff comes into mind, I made sure to repair it to top quality and then try and sell it, because I remembered, quality affects the price. Yeah, I'm not selling a gun that's worth 91 for 2 caps. And that was a weird thing. Like, in the game, getting caps, unless you were picking stuff up off the dead bodies, or you were getting money from doing, you know, the quests, making caps by selling stuff is actually quite difficult, because unless you are in the realm of bumping up the price, which I eventually did, I got that perk card, and I was like, yeah, I'm done, let's go sell some stuff. And the prices were better. But for a beginner dude who... I looted everything in the vicinity, right? I literally became a hoarder to the point where I had to get a bunch of stuff, scrap it, put it in one of those my personal cash boxes, and then go and loot the rest of the stuff that was in the area, and keep doing that, because I was like, I want to do some building, I want to do some crafting, I want to do all this kind of stuff. And I realized, you know, you're going to need a lot of junk for this kind of stuff. And, you know, later on, for some of the bigger things, you do actually need quite a lot of scrap and junk and wood and all this kind of stuff to build the things you want to build, like, you know, your base or your wall or anything like that. So I was hoarding. I was a pack rat. I was just taking everything in. And I was over encumbered 18 times, I think, which was pretty funny, because I didn't really go down the strength route. I went down like luck, agility, I did some charisma, and then I did, you know, more strength so I could carry stuff and all that kind of stuff. And it was actually really good. The perk system took me like 2 seconds to wrap my head around, and I've seen people berating the perk system because it's shit. It's not. It's really, really, really simple, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, it's so simple, a monkey could do it. And I am not a person who likes cliches, but there's a cliche for you. It was really easy. So, you know, you level up, and you put a perk into, you put a spot into your special rank, and then you can pick a perk card. What's troubling about that? I don't get how people on the internet are saying, oh, the perk system's all messed up, mate. It's like you can't do any of this stuff. No, the perk system's really simple. Once you've put a special stat in, it gives you a specific amount of allocated points you can put towards a card. So if a card has a 2 in the corner, it's going to cost you 2 of a specific thing. If it has 1 in the corner, it's going to cost you 1 of a specific thing. For instance, I had a gunslinger perk. The gunslinger originally cost 1 point, right? I then got another gunslinger perk card, so I upgraded the perk card so it cost 2 of my special points, and at no point did I have to go, as it work, I can't figure it out. I just went, oh look, it's really simple. And it was really weird that all the bad stuff that I'd seen about the game didn't fucking exist. None of it fucking existed. The lag, that was like the only thing I had ever come across that people said really sucked about this game. I didn't come across any of the trouble with load times, any of the trouble with like picking up loot, any of the trouble with giving loot, any of the trouble in the PvP that people were talking about. All this shit that people were saying about it, I didn't have a problem with. And it's probably because, and I know you're probably saying this in the comments, so hold your horses for a second, but it's probably because they released it on Xbox first and were able to clear all that stuff. Which is funny, because I was actually reading something this morning where people were saying that the PS4 beta was terrible. No, it wasn't. It was actually pretty damn smooth. And I have a shit internet connection, and I still managed to enjoy this thing thoroughly, to the point where I was curious to wonder if my internet had been upgraded without me knowing whatsoever. Like, I was like, this is not my internet. I've normally got super long wait times and, you know, super shitty connection. Nope. Perfectly fine with this. Now, the only thing I really have left to cover is just how funny this game is on how you can break it really, really quick. Now, I know it's a beta, so you can break a beta pretty damn easily. And there was one spot just coming towards the end of the beta which allowed me and my friend to break the beta pretty damn funny. And that was, we went into a prison. Now, there was a prison just above the Grafton Airport, I believe, which had super mutants inside of it, right? Super mutants, big, bad, strong guys, do a lot of damage, especially the ones that have hunting rifles, and god aim. Seriously, god aim. So I died in the entirety of this beta, by the way. I died once, and that was at the end of the beta, when I was an idiot and ran up to a super mutant with a 10mm pistol, which doesn't do a lot of damage. So I died. Good job I didn't have anything on me to drop, so, you know, people couldn't just walk up and take it. But we went back in. And over the entire course of the beta, I did not know I'd done this, but I was, like, I knew I was doing this part, right? I knew I didn't want to pick up the hunting rifle. Wasn't a big fan of hunting rifles. I was like, I'm not going to pick up the hunting rifle. And then I thought, you know what? These guys are pissing me off. So I pulled out my pump-action shotgun. And a pump-action shotgun at close range is like melee at close range. It takes like 1 to 2 hits to kill a super mutant at level 10. And I was like, give me the shotgun rounds. I want to go, just like, give me an automatic one. Just give me an automatic shotgun. I'm just going to become, you know, the king of killing everything and just go crazy with this automatic shotgun. And then I ran out of bullets in that, and we still had quite a lot of stuff in the prison to clear out. And by this time, from killing the super mutants just in the yard, we leveled up twice. And we were already at level 8, so we leveled up to level 10, which was funny, because the beta had 5 minutes left. So I picked up a hunting rifle. We cleared out the rest of the courtyard, which got us about halfway to our next level. And then we went into the prison. And that was the funniest thing possible, because I don't know if it's been fixed, I don't know if it was an actual problem, but super mutants came out of the goddamn wall, and I shit you not, to the point where you killed them, and they would respawn right back on their same location. It was funny as hell, because you could just stand there, pick off a super mutant, get like 20 XP for it, wait a couple of seconds, it'd spawn again, and you'd just blast it away. And at close range with a hunting rifle, which, by the way, the thing I was supposed to say that I didn't know is I picked up 652 shots for. Like, what the fuck? I had no idea. I would have picked up a hunting rifle straight off the get-go if I knew I was going to come across that much ammo. But it was just so funny that a rifle at that close range has like the same stopping power as a shotgun. It took like 2 shots, and I didn't even pick up the rifleman perk yet. I picked up the rifleman perk after that, after I realised I'm keeping this goddamn rifle, and it's going to be my, like, all painless. Yeah, that's going to be my beauty. I'm going to sleep with this thing. I'm going to make love to this thing. I'm going to marry this thing and have offspring that are rifles with legs and faces. That's what I'm going to do, because I love the rifle. But super mutants spawning, like, that was just pure bliss, because if you want to go to the location, you can go to that location just above the Grafton Airport, and you can go see if they've patched it or fixed it or whatever, because there's a beta again tonight, which has been extended, by the way, from 2 PM Eastern Time to 11 PM Eastern Time, so you've got like 8 hours of gameplay. Nope, let me correct that. You've got 9 hours of gameplay, because I can't do math. So, yeah, 9 hours, that's going to get a lot of people a lot of stuff. And I'm staying in that goddamn place, in that prison, and I'm just nerfing all over those fucking super mutants to level up as fast as I possibly can, because that's the kind of guy I am. I will stand in one broken place in a game, or I can milk XP and level up to the top. But that was it. That was the only problems and the good stuff that I could really come across. Now, there was a lot of other good things, like the crafting system was smooth. I really liked how you found schematics and stuff. It was awesome. I loved it. We did a lot of exploring, and we were going to go fight the Grafton monster, but we thought, nah, we'll leave it until we're a higher level. So, you know, you do have this mind process when you're like, Grafton monster, big guy, strong, he punch thing, he throw rock, I level 5, maybe no go. They're like caveman speak, apparently, but it was really good. Like, the game really made you think, and it also really made you think when it came to looking in areas for stuff. So, overall, I loved this beta. In fact, I think this is the smoothest game that is not a game because it's a beta. This is the smoothest thing I've ever played. Ever. Including going back to like the PS2 when there was no need for an internet connection, so the game, you know, just relied on the disc. And, you know, that was pretty smooth. But the beta's an online digital thing, which I have, and that's smoother than like reading it from a disc. And I was really impressed. And it's really upsetting that people are just trying to shit on a game for views. It's not what you should be doing. You should be reporting properly. So, overall, the beta so far, and this was the first one on the PS4, I would give it 7 out of 10. It was perfect. There was only small problems which didn't really impact the gameplay whatsoever. And at the end of it, I came out with a massive smile on my face, and I cannot wait for this game to come out in, 15 days? So yeah, I think you guys, if you haven't played the beta, should really go play the beta. If you're not interested in Fallout 76, I don't know what you're doing at this video, but apart from that, I want to know some of the stuff that has happened to you in the beta, that you've experienced in the beta, good and bad, because, I mean, I didn't get like to the bottom end of the map, so there might be some bad game-breaking stuff down there, but I'll find out tonight in the next beta, because it's 9 hours of gameplay, and you can be assured I'm going to play that thing till I pass out, or die, or both, or explode, or burst into flames, or the Brotherhood comes and butt fucks me out of existence. I don't know. Overall, 7 out of 10, good game. I can't wait for it to come live. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming along today. I know it's been a long video just reviewing, but it deserves it. It deserves it. So thanks for coming along. You know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.